Hello, hello, hello guys, welcome back. गर्मी है रे, गर्मी है। तो मज़ा आया, खाना खा के पेट भर गया। अभी गेम से मन भरना है, क्योंकि मैं अगर डेली क्वेस्ट करूँ तो मेरा आज कुछ बढ़ेगा। चला डेली क्वेस्ट पहले करते रहे, उसके बाद कुछ करता। डेली क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट करते ही मजा लाता है। मर गया। अरे ये नेट आ गया डराता है भाई।
Eyes on me.
कनेक्टेड हुआ, हो गया डराता है भाई। तो मेरा नेट के पंगा हो गया रे। ठीक हो गया सब जो ठीक ठाक है। एक्सीलेंट कनेक्शन, ओके, एक्सीलेंट कनेक्शन। ठीक है। मैं सोचने लगा ये काम नहीं कर रहा बाबा। बच रहे हाँ, कर ले तेरा बैग काम भाई, मेरे को कहाँ फर्क पड़ता है। ये विचन शायद ये तो सीली का मत, ये छोड़ो जो चीज़ें चाहिए हील करो पहले यार।
Bring it on. Shadows of fate.
मरे दम अभी भी नहीं है। अभी भी कितना चाहिए? ये हो गया रे यार, एक और डेली क्वेस्ट बाकी रे। ओके, कहाँ से ये डेली क्वेस्ट कहाँ है? ओके, डेली क्वेस्ट था। माल कुछ नहीं भाई। अरे किधर है? नीचे क्या ऊपर? अच्छा नहीं चल, ओके। ये मर के झटका, ये पर 27 का पैसे दे दिया मेरे मिल गया भाई ये मारा नहीं रे ये मार ये मारता नहीं गॉड हो तू यार Yeah, let's go. 57. Let's go. नहीं आ रहा है करो रे एक बाकी है अरे चेस्ट बाकी है
We'll need more where that came from.
मेरे को मारेगा तू ये टच के मर गया काफी चीज है भाई क्या करना था मेरे को ये वाला कंप्लीट करना है मतलब इसको मारना है इसको जंगली बनने का
How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
कैसे करा जाए एनर्जी चाहिए तो एनर्जी के अलावा
Power that isn't python. Shame. Didn't man. How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't manage. How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't manage. How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't How can I smash all these Shame. How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't
मेरे को एनर्जी चाहिए नहीं तो कैसे करे बेइज्जती कूद कैसे हो रहा है बाबा गलत चीज है उठ रहे बाबा ये भी क्रिट ये लेता जब चाहिए नहीं तब करेगा क्रिट जब चाहिए क्रिट तब नहीं क्रिट का लॉजिक होती दिल कष्ट से भर जाती बाबा
Decided by destiny.
ये फो
So that's how
हाँ
to
तू
do it.
डीलुक बन जा तू डीलुक बन जा तू डीलुक बन जा किसने मना किया है तेरे को तू डीलुक बन के मार तो डीलुक बन के मार लोगों को किसने मना किया तेरे को
Add Astra.
Abashosh.
Thank you for completing.
Thank
Add
you for
Astra.
completing. Okay, complete तो वैसा कर ही देता हूँ क्या करें आया यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे रे
Add Astra.
तो 57 जाने का ये इतना छोटा सा माल जो जिंदगी में सुख नहीं देता ये कुछ नहीं है। ठीक है अब चिन्ह गया बाबा 158 135 कहाँ फर्क पड़ेगा। एक विश एक 5 स्टार कुछ नहीं घंटा 57 हार्ड वेंचर ऑफ डॉन ओके। रेपुटेशन आगे करता हूँ रे। किधर है रेपुटेशन? इधर है। रेपुटेशन करो रेपुटेशन। पे गोल्ड का माल है जो कस काम पे आता है मेरे को भी पता नहीं है। उठा लिया मस्त। क्या चल रहा है यार? ये लोग कभी सुधरेंगे नहीं तो क्या ही बोलते फायदा है मेरे को। नहीं एक्सप्लोर हुआ 28 22 37 15 12%। काहे कर सकते हैं एक्सप्लोर तो मैं करता नहीं हूँ वो तो करना पड़ेगा। काहे करें पहले इस क्वेस्ट को कंप्लीट करते हैं क्योंकि क्वेस्ट मेरा दिमाग खाती। ये लोग साला ख़त्म ही नहीं होता क्वेस्ट का। काहे होता है आरा नाड़ा भाई आरा नाड़ा पार्ट 2 बात करे या पार्ट 2 पार्ट 3 ऐसे इनका ख़त्म तो नहीं होगा मेरे को लगता है। इस जिंदगी में क्या ख़त्म हो जाए तो मैं समझूँ कि आड़ा नाड़ा कंप्लीट करो फिर भाड़ो ना घाटा बहन चो कितना कौन करता है। दिल पे दर्द होती ऐसा नहीं करती। हाँ कज़ुआ का क्वेस्ट करता बैठ के मस्त एकदम स्ट्रीम सब सही चल रहा है एकदम मस्त। अरे बाबा रुपड़ेश्वर है सही है। हाँ टीम चेंज कर लेता हूँ मुझे पता नहीं है वो क्या क्या बैठ मेरे को करना पा रहे सिंचो नहीं तो क्या था बेनी कज़ुआ।
Want me to come along?
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got...
Uh-oh.
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listened. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Amin Omayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so...
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than if collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life. It is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amin Omayuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This...
A little confusing.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paima was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and... Nope, never mind.
Paima
They need to rest for a while. Over to you.
Still missing crucial information.
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover.
Okay.
One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amin Omayuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
This is also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attack.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art. Not though.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose.
Let's keep going, since if we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs.
Okay, but
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a
Okay, warehouse चल रहा है.
Wait, I hear something ominous in the
oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right up.
But there's nothing...
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direct. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami. Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Okay, चलते हैं.
So it's an underground...
The force is definitely coming from down. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said he used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Surely someone would have noticed.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
So what should we do?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move you needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the...
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami... Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami... Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive it.
Okay. अभी लगता है वाइन काइंड कर रहे को पकड़ना पड़ेगा तो नहीं चाहिए बेटा. ये काला काला धुआं किधर से आती रे? चला गया.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly turtles! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Ooh, look at this red stuff.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. Well, let... According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his...
So,
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he made whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point. They've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. Yes, right now we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more...
right. So let's get moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and all the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance.
Okay.
Wait, you figured it out? So they...
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find our...
Why here? Is there any...
I'm not sure. But on closer examination... Show yourself!
Haide Harakazua. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same... What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly...
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenoma Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you...
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means, or rather, as a means to occupy Amen.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already... Many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the KATAR clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
मारना है तो मार, इतना skill तेरे पास
In
नहीं
our
है, पता
conceit,
है.
the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
Yes.
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaede Harakazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body...
Okay. आजा भोसड़ी के. I want to see Kazuha weapon. Why the fuck are you giving 3-star weapon, bro? Bro, why? No place, okay, no problem. C3, what the heck? DPS. यार क्या
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Into the wind.
Burn!
मारे.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike...
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure by any means necessary, and any medium available. I shall return and...
Your fighting style. It is indeed the form, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania.
Really? You can tell all.
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Amenome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless with that? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secret. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner, now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenome Yuya and make your escape.
What of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step, I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing but the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusion of...
What did you know about any of this? I'm just one step...
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for even if you were to sever that divine light. Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art, but even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere... How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade...
Silence! You I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly.
And you should face...
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitate. It is pointless to argue further. Descendant of the Kaitahara clan. If you wish to save this man...
How stubbornly you stick to your way. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenome Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenome Yuya. The cursed blade's strength is... The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying... Even if things take a turn for the worst, we have a chance here to save an innocent victim.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn now. Take...
Kazuha?
I felt a little dizzy at first, but it's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will.
What should we do next?
We'll find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, It probably hasn't experienced many real fight. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about something from the adventurers. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Ah, all right.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay, fine.
ये बहुत पढ़ाई मुझे देती। चलो देखते हैं कि हमको किधर खींच के ले जाता है।
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Curse plate, 41%. What the hell, dude? 41.3%. This gets us now another
Time to go. Into the wind.
Let's get down to business.
As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Finally,
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your...
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going. Time to go.
C3. Yes.
Let's get down to business.
Marre.
Let's get down to business.
Falling leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to...
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
हमने नहीं रोका पापा किसका गोल तो अचानक
Time to go.
Just
Wind Strider.
Cheap tricks.
Fall before me! This isn't over! I'm ready!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
Cut down! Like this.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really
Yes. And it looks like he's
The shine's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look...
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking... Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broke. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable, but regrettably we are nothing alike. I will never understand the only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup! We...
Don't worry. It's just more of the same.
What a lucky day!
भाई ये इसका चुतिया है भाई
How's this?
Into the wind!
The fairy?
One with nature! As one with wind and cloud!
You fought way better with your own...
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. No one knew anything of my story throughout. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I try, too much time has passed. My physical state is poor. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue. Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past, It is the source of your mania. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my conscience.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey, but the moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is...
He gave me everything. My life, how could I possibly deny it? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy."
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing...
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him... When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was a bladesmith lay quietly on the bed. A newly forged blade lay by.
Wow.
Indeed. He spent the rest of his life in the forge. Not to vent his frustration, he felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith.
So that's the... But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed...
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities. But... yes. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubborn, but he seems to have calmed down, though.
When I look back at the past, I can remember that I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. So the darkness, the slaughter numbed the mind. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition...
You are finally seeing reality.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So... may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release my physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest oak. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble need. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle.
Oh?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good...
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will...
I see. I utterly despise him. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I do not wish to be a mere...
There's no need to worry.
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of...
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin,
Successor of Amenoma art.
honored to crossblade.
It is my honor.
I want to die, please. Ya. Ya le marca.
Into the wind. The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
Thank you for the... Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems his sense of savage cruelty has complete...
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I... It is too late.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaede. I beseech you, please understand.
Yes, I too trust Mr.
Thank you.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amen. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want?
I'm not sure.
How the heck did anyone know what he wants, bro? No one has ever better. इस तरह जाना है क्या अंधा हुआ है
It's Yuya!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thank...
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon that can... Considering their forging philosophy, but I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the...
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded, and now that Yuya is back, it seems like the fight...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way!
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. and he assures me that he won't use my body for anything. I have decided to let him do. Thank you. Okay, I am ready. Let us begin.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness.
क्या होगा भाई अभी?
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Agotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
What the fuck? The weapon is back.
So, that's why he said it had his consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's...
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions.
मतलब वो
And thus chose to
weapon
bury
वो
this
सही करके
name deep
मरा गया.
within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to...
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his...
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation, speaking for myself. I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits... I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait! Shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to get...
मेरे को weapon दे दे. वो किसी को मत दे, मेरे को दे दे. या अच्छा चीज भाई बाबा.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation in Tama no Mayui...
Wow! You sure...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaedehara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I... The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most...
I am aware, but I still desire to continue.
Very well. I can understand. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform.
Great.
Where will you travel to next?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beta. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
किधर जाएगा तू? मेरे को ब्लेड मिल गया. Oh my god, when a normal child of larging as la 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 la. Okay, but the thing is, attack shot. This is good or bad? I want to know. I don't know, so I can do nothing about that right now. But मजा आया ये कोस्ट करके यार, दिल भर गया मेरा. यार ऊपर है डिस्कॉर्ड पे जान लो. जैसे डिस्कॉर्ड पे तो है तो कोई नहीं कहा से क्या करे. कोई तो है ना, फिर भी बैठता है भाई मस्त. भाई जा रहा था, डरा दिया. रुक रही है आती मैं.
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
स्टोरी क्वेस्ट करो क्या करो, वही तो बात है ना. आ रहा है यार, नाड़ा पहले कर लेते हैं भाई. एडवेंचर सफारी ये किधर है? हाय अच्छा, मतलब क्या मैं तीनों कंप्लीट भेजा हेल्पर आना, ये तीनों करूँगा तभी ये कंप्लीट होगा. कहाँ है ये क्या है भाई? नींद आ गया है. माली किधर मिला जो मैं क्राफ्ट पीस कितना दे रहा है वो तो पता नहीं, मगर लैग हो रहा है ये पता है। 60 what the fuck, ये करो तो ना क्या कर रहा है भाई। अभी सही तो लगता है, खा तो रहा है मेरा CPU। नींद आ गई मेरे को। हाँ मैं तो और इवेंट भी कर सकता हूँ। कौन कौन बाकी है बाबा? ये सारा हो गया, ये चारों बाकी है, ये करूँगा। ये हो गया, ये फोटो तो बाकी है, बैटल ये चारों करना है मेरे को। ओके लेट्स गो। Let's claim the items. क्या मैं लेके जाऊँ? इथो लेके जाता हूँ। इथो आ रहा था कि इथो। Let's go. बहुत मजा आया।
Solidify!
Let's light it up!
Rally! Who wants some of this? Let's roll! Attaboy! This is order. Fall in!
Everybody stand back!
Advance! Oni coming through! Bam! Charge!
कितना आइटम देती, पूरा पार्किंग हो जाती मस्त।
Can't catch me!
नेक्स्ट हो तो ये वाली चीज़ है। ये उठ रहे बाबा। हीरोइन को फूट गया क्या?
Can't catch me!
हाँ।
Let's roll! Gather! Order guide you!
अरे सारे भाग गए।
Everyone on me!
I'm going in!
Who wants some of this?
Solidify!
Fall in! Bam! Can't catch me!
I will have order!
Gather! Charge! Can't catch me. Rally! It's showtime!
किधर दिखने लग गया?
Let's roll!
ये मेरे को पकाएगा भाई। अगर मैं काजुआ नहीं लेके गया तो अब मैं मेरे को पकाएगा। मैं काजुआ मेरी और भी है क्या? अरे बाप रे, तो ही खत्म हो जाएगा। और है क्या? इस तरफ भी आ रहा है।
Time to go. Time to go. One with nature, as one with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Inazuma shines eternal! Rain cutter!
Into the wind.
ये कल खत्म होगा। हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। चुप हो जा। काजुआ लवर, हेलो ब्रो, हेलो। वैसे तो अच्छा है देखा जाए तो। गर्मी है रे। Complete the 40 hat, okay. ये कोई धारा इतना दूर का ही को है। आज क्या बोर्ड टूटेगा लगता है। बोर्ड ऐसा हो रहा है। अरे चारों तरफ की क्या हवा। पास आ रे हवेली पे आ।
Illusion shattered! Everybody stand back!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. One with nature.
Torn to oblivion!
The wind knows me.
Know my sword! Witness the power of Goop! Shine down! Teamwork is dreamwork! Illusion shattered!
Into the wind.
मैकेनिकल कीबोर्ड लेना पड़ेगा साला टेंशन के वजह से। अभी कितना सारा है भाई, कितना बार करेगा? 3 बार किया, 4 बार हुआ इसको लेकर, और 1 बार होना चाहिए। यस 5 टाइम। दिमाग का भोसड़ा करो। प्राइम में सबसे ज़्यादा मेरा चाहिए रे यार। तो क्या होगा?
There is no escape.
Time to go.
Rain outlines your fate.
फटेगा, मतलब नहीं।
Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered. I'm going in. Let me weave you a verb.
As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Torn to oblivion!
The wind knows me.
Let's light it up! Shine down! Know my sword! Rain outlines your fate.
ये मेरा उंगली दर्द कर रहा है, खत्म हो जा। ये इतना फार्म हो जाएगा कि कैरेक्टर पे आग भी किया तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। इससे लिया क्या जाएगा वैसे? 2000 हो गया, तो देखते क्या मिलता है इससे। ये चीज अच्छा वही बताओ भाई, दो देता मैं। सब कुछ ले सकते हैं ना? हाँ सब कुछ ले सकते हैं। अरे खत्म हो गया। ये बहुत चाहिए ये बुक 10 से क्या फर्क पड़ता है? ओके नेक्स्ट। ये बहुत बड़ा है, दिमाग खा होता है जो मेरे को पास आना है। एक हो गया, दूसरा में भी 5 है। ओके ये मैंने खोला नहीं तो रुकवाड़ी का। नीचे से चालू किया करो, उठाना क्या? उठाना जल्दी उठाता है माल मटा। ऐसा है क्या? देखना पड़ेगा, ट्राई नहीं किया मैंने। ओके स्टैचू ऑफ द सेवन क्या? अरे तुम लोग कौन है भाई, डराता है ऐसे तो फाइट स्टार्ट हो। अच्छा ये चूतिया लोग।
There is no escape!
Into the wind!
मर गए। ये ले
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Clouds high. The birds call!
अरे 2000 यार देंगे मैं।
Ring cutter!
खत्म नहीं होगा। ऐसे जरा आइडन शो उनका आइटम ठीक है, ट्राई करूंगा ब्रो, थैंक यू।
Time to go.
अजीब गरीब जगह क्यों चलेंगे?
Looking for new hunting.
Illusion shattered! I'm going in!
Feeling lucky today.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Let me weave you a verse.
फालतू का मैं जिंक मार रहा हूँ रे, कोई फायदा ही नहीं है। किधर है आगे? ये थोड़ा बहुत ही अनलक किया, पूरा अनलक नहीं किया मैं। करना पड़ेगा धीरे धीरे। पॉइंट तो मैं आगे लेके चलो रे यार।
down!
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
1,20,000 let's go. क्राउन नहीं क्या क्राउन करूँगा तो और भी देगा रे करने का शौक नहीं है मेरे को अभी क्योंकि मेरा स्टैक इतना अच्छा भी नहीं गया ये तो 150 जाएगा तब मैं करूँगा Yeah, bye.
Shine down!
New punch knows it.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter!
You are not welcome.
As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Everybody stand back!
I get it.
Into the wind. Time to go. Time to go.
Welcome.
Illusion shattered!
गंदा साउंड करता रे
I'm getting sick of these dudes.
One with nature. Into the wind.
Okay. Yes, completed. Okay, let's try this. मेरा स्ट्रीम कितना घंटे का हो गया मेरा 1 घंटा 30 मिनट ओके interesting हो challenges
Shine down! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Clouds high. The birds come.
Let me leave you a verse. Know my sword! There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
83 है लगा मर गया बहुत सीधी उधर है ओके चलो रे मतलब हर बार कुछ घुमा के फिर
Illusion shattered!
The wind knows me.
Rain cutter! I'm going in!
One with nature.
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
अभी कौन है ये तू किधर था इतना देर से
Rain outlines your fate.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Inazuma shines eternal!
इधर देखो क्वेस्ट आगे भी क्वेस्ट पीछे भी क्वेस्ट चारों तरफ क्वेस्ट ही क्वेस्ट रहता है इतना क्वेस्ट आता किधर आए मैं मर गया देख पा रहा हूँ जिंदा हो गया वो भी देख पा रहा हूँ नीचा कैसे
Clouds high. The birds.
Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword. Shine down. Adventure time.
ये भी कंप्लीट किया यार हो क्या है हद से ज़्यादा ये कितना दूर है भाई इवेंट लेने के लिए हमको बोल रहा है कि इवेंट ले लो उसके बाद आगे बढ़ो ठीक है ले लेते हैं यार ये ज्ञान देगा जो मेरे को एकदम अच्छा है ये वाटर है चिकन मशरूम हैं नारा ट्रैवलर डिफिकल्ट एंड यू आर गोल्डन नारा ओके गोल्डन बन गया भाई अभी ओके ठीक है हिला नारा हिला पड़ता है
Adventure time. Right. Off we go. Huh?
The wind knows me.
Know my sword. Rain outline your fate.
Torn to oblivion. Ha! Illusion shattered.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Witness the power of Guhua. Know my sword.
One with nature. Into the wind.
क्या दुनिया के बाहर चला जाऊं दुनिया के बाहर चला जाओ बता दे मेरे को
Follow the wind.
इसके भी ऊपर भाई ये अलग बच्चे का मैं लिख के दे रहा हूँ
Let me weave you a birth.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Yes. कंप्लीट हुआ क्या कि दो करने में मेरे जिंदगी नहीं 3 आ गया सॉरी खा लो मेरा निकाल जाओ क्या ही करे
New punching.
The wind knows it.
No, my sword!
Following orders.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Into the wind.
Take that! Take that!
Wind strike.
Shine down!
सब मरेगा
Torn to oblivion! There is no escape!
जाएगा तो जाएगा तो बाबा मुझे तो समझ नहीं आता
Everybody stand back!
One with nature. The clouds high. The birds fall. The wind knows me.
Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! Shine down! No, my sword!
Wind strike.
There is no escape! Shine down! Let's light it up!
दो तीन हुआ दो
Illusion shattered! Teamwork is dreamwork!
As one with wind and cloud.
Witness the power of Gugwa! Shine down! Now you shall perish!
I don't know. That? Hey? What like my pata nahi baba. Item claim करते जाओ and करते जाओ and करते जाओ पता नहीं कब चलेगा ये भी हाँ यार मेरे को खाई बचा ये खत्म ही नहीं होते, होते ही जा रहे, होते ही जा रहे, अरे होते ही। बॉक्स बहुत भर गया होगा, 450 करना, मजा आ गया।
Please let me know if you decide you want to.
मैं समझा नहीं क्या करना का। मैं सारे ले सकता हूँ क्या कुछ? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 36 है तो 36 है, पता नहीं क्या क्या करना है भाई। तो 1 नहीं कर सकते। ओके, 4 बनाना है मेरे, 4 बनाना है मेरे को, 4 देखो बना सकता है। पानी गिर गया, पानी गिरा।
This realm is
बनाना है 4 सार बनाना पड़ेगा, सार तो पहले नर्सिंग मेरे को रिसेंटली मिला रे, रुक रहे
if you ever
बैग से वो उड़ाना पड़ता है जितना देर से नहीं बैग बना।
this realm is
ओके मोटे सारे गए किधर हैं?
if you ever have
मेरे को समझ नहीं आया, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया क्या बोलना चाहते हैं ये लोग। कैसे बना है मेरे को बताओ। हाँ ये कैसे बना है रे, ये तो सो कैसे
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
करना कहा है कोई तो कोई मेरे को समझा दे। सारे कंप्लीट, ये सारे कंप्लीट, ये कंप्लीट, ये सिर्फ एक फोटो खींचो 200 मिल, नहीं एक्चुअली 600 मिलेगा यहाँ पे, तो सारा तो हो ही जाएगा। सीन अच्छा है, बनाऊंगा कैसे। ये तो नहीं है, ये भी नहीं है, ये भी नहीं है। तो बड़ा होगा, तो बड़ा होगा। R5 हो गया यार। देखा जाएगा, R5 हो गया। क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है। यस। मेरे को कोई पता, काटो तो काटो। कोर्टयार्ड बिल्डिंग, लैंडस्केप,
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
मैं समझा नहीं रे, मेरे दिमाग से ऊपर गया। Game, what are you trying to do? I have to understand because you know I am such a noob guy. ये तबला बजाना बंद कर रहे बाबा।
please let me know if you decide you want to keep the pro...
ये कैसा वेपन है मेरे में? ट्राई का नाम
Inactivity, sir.
काजुआ को दे सकते हैं तो एलिमेंट मास्टर इसको छोड़ दो when a normal and charged platinum attack hits opponent it wipe puffing while guilding AV equal to 180 attack increasing ये अटैक देगा इस पे क्या फर्क पड़ता है क्या फर्क पड़ता है बाबा ट्राई करते लेट्स ट्राई इट आस पास बाजू में कोई है आस पास बाजू में कोई क्यों ये इसका हाथ है भाई ये हाथ है क्या गदाधार है भाई भाई तो कर गया मैं अब आ भाई ये
But a momentary
कंप्लीट हो गया मेरा इतना बड़ा रूइन गार्ड कौन है भाई सोच के भी डरता है भाई सोच के भी डरता इतना बड़ा हाथ है भाई लगता तो है मर गया मगर चालू हो गया तो क्या फर्क चालू तो होना तो चाहिए कितना बड़ा है भाई
illusion shattered into the wind.
वो कुछ पॉक डैमेज दिखा मेरे को
The wind knows me.
क्या हो रहा है
Time to go.
brings a smile to my face.
अच्छा क्या बुरा वही तो समझ नहीं और क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है काही फर्क पड़ता है 1000 अटैक तो इससे साइड से चला जाता है साइड से यस 1200 चला जाता है ठीक है
Time to go.
हेजो का एसेंशन करने के लिए यह मटेरियल मेरे को करना पड़ेगा 80 करना पड़ेगा इसका बेस अटैक भी बढ़ेगा चलो 3 मिलियन मोड़ा हो गया मेरे पास मेरे को पता ही नहीं चला ओके ओके लेट्स गो पहले करता हूँ क्या थोड़ा सा वुडल वुडल फाइट ठीक है मेरे को करना है हेजो का
Body and mind.
तो फायदा तो नहीं है यूज करता हूँ किधर कौन सा कैरेक्टर था जो विडल मार कर सकता ही तो ही था शायद से ही तो था क्या मेरे को पता और है क्या ये तो इधर नहीं इधर था नहीं इधर नहीं था पर चल बहुत दिन पहले फार्म किया भूल गया
Can't catch me.
यार पहले कौन सा मचुआ ज़्यादा यही अच्छा गिरना मत वही बोला था भोसड़ी के गिरना मत गिरते गिरते बच गया काम फट गया मेरा अभी उस तरफ जाना है मेरे को पर माल है यस और हल्का उसमें से आया उसमें गया बड़े में रहता है बोरा और था क्या घूम लेता हूँ चक्कर वक्कर मार लेता हूँ कुछ में इधर भी रहता है रास्ता हाँ उधर वही सच हो और तो रहना तो चाहिए था मगर मिला कहीं को नहीं अभी इसमें मेरा कौन सा साउंड ज़्यादा आ रहा है ये थोड़ा सा कम कर देता हूँ अब शायद से सही आएगा यस ये गया चलो अब इसके अंदर से किधर था भाई भूल गया भाई भूल गया भाई इतना हाई उठना अच्छा चीज नहीं है रे नींद लग जाती मेरे को ओके ये भी मिल गया, ये हो गया, यहाँ का हो गया। और किधर बाकी है? अच्छा ये से नीचे से जो जाना है गुफा के अंदर 5-6 मिलता है। डकार मारने का मजा भाई। ये रास्ता है क्या वो वाला? पता है नहीं। ये एक, ये दो,
Time to go.
ये 3-4, ये 5,
Time to go.
ये रहा 6। ओके ये हो गया कंप्लीट है। तो अभी इधर था क्या? सच था। चाहिए कितना? मैं तो करते जा रहा हूँ पता नहीं कितना चाहिए। 45 से 27 हुआ है। चलो करना तो अभी पड़ेगा, इतने से नहीं होगा। ये तो गारंटेड है, गारंटेड। एक दिखाए डेरी भी कलेक्ट हो गया इधर दिखा, लेकिन नहीं कर रहे हैं। हो गया था। ओके यहाँ का माल ले लिया। अभी मिलता है क्या? नहीं, यहाँ पे शायद से मिलता होगा, जिसको देख कर मेरे को याद आ जाए शायद से। हाँ यहाँ से तो जाना पड़ता है। तो कहाँ तो था? ओनी कबूतर, ओनी कबूतर। ये कौन है रे? ये बहुत करता है, मेरे को पसंद ना है।
Catch me.
एक, दो, और एक तो था इधर की ही, पता नहीं किधर। छोड़ो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, मिलता गया था। एक ये मिला, दो। इसका पैसिव था लोकेशन है, मुझे था क्या? पता नहीं। यहाँ का ऊपर का खत्म हुआ, अब नीचे का चलो। 30 के तो ऊपर हो गया होगा, उसके बाद मेरे को पता नहीं। क्योंकि मेरा ब्रेन बहुत ठंडा है, इसका मैं गुस्सा नहीं करना चाहता। प्रॉब्लम विद सर्वर क्या हो गया रे? हाँ भाई बता भाई, डरता है भाई, डराता है बच्चे को, अच्छा चीज़ नहीं है। एक ऊपर तक कहीं ना कहीं मिलता था। कहाँ मिलता था? ये रहा, दो दो ओ। ओके पहले किस तरफ जाए?
Hey, I wasn't ready. At least I'm going down with style.
What the fuck is that? Is जिंदगी में दुख देते रहो, मजे लेते रहो, गेम का सेंस। मेरे से चाहिए कि मेरे को पता नहीं। 38 5 6 7 7 चाहिए। ओके 7 चाहिए। आह क्या पाद हुआ रे, मन भर गया मेरा। 7 तो हो तो नहीं पाएगा, लगता नहीं। वहाँ पे एक है जो मैं लूँगा, ऊपर एक है। एक कलेक्ट कर लिया। ओके यहाँ पे गया, ये जगह किया, ये जगह किया, ये भी जगह किया। बाकी किधर है? सोचने वाली बात। इधर तो है, ये तो मेरे को याद है। कितना मिलता है वो याद नहीं है, मिलता है ये याद है। मिलता तो है, किधर था वो भी याद नहीं सच। अरे ये कौन बनाया भाई, अंधा कर दिया मेरे को। ओके टिबेट इंटरेक्टिव मैप मेरे को अभी देखना पड़े। टिबेट इंटरेक्टिव क्या है यार, कुछ भी है। हाँ खुल गया, मजा आ गया। अरे थैंक यू। हाँ थैंक यू। अरे ठीक है रे, छोड़ दे रे, अरे छोड़ दे।
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
एनिमल्स वर्ल्ड को इस तरह नहीं चाहिए ओपन वर्ल्ड चेस्ट में। I would investigate geography, Earth guide, puzzles, world quiz, level up materials, landmarks. मेरे को चाहिए चीज़। मार्केट देखे देखे मोड़े गल माँ तुमका जाचे तो मॉन्स्टर नहीं तो in Zoo. Only Kabuto locations. Yes. There you go. अरे इतना जितना है तो इससे मेरा काम चल जाएगा. एक आगे है वो उधर है. ओके. आगे तक इधर साइड को दिखाया ना. ये रहा. साइड मिलता है. समझ आया कि किस तरह मेरे को इशारा कर रहा है. समझ नहीं आया ना
into the wind. Time to go.
बैक पे जाना है. बैक पे इधर इधर दिखाता है कि है. हाँ है. इसको लियो और भाग जाओ. क्या प्रॉब्लम है तेरे को? ऑल थिंग्स आर गुड.
Gonna be epic.
थ्री मिला तो अच्छा, नहीं तो पैसे अच्छा. हाय भाई तो समझ नहीं आते. पैसे अच्छा रे. चार जंगल और भी जमाना तो करेगा ही. क्या कर सकते हैं. हाय एक यूज करते हैं. ये रहा. चल अंडरग्राउंड.
follow the wind.
Everybody stand back!
Torn to oblivion!
There is no escape! Rain outlines your fate.
Wind strider! Shine down! Illusion shattered!
I'm going in! Let me weave you a verse.
Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! There is no escape!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Rain cutter!
Wind strider!
ये 69.4 है। चलो ये करके देखते हैं क्वार्टर वाला होता है कि नहीं। इसको आज तो जा पाएगा ना तू। Let's go, crit damage. अरे दुख भरी कहानी यार। ओके ये डालने पे क्या फर्क पड़ता है, जाएगा तो ना। $1190 हो गया और करूँगा तो कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। एयरलाइन डिफेंस चैलेंज करके क्या फ़ायदा, 7,950 है। अगर आप 10,000 इवेंट्स तो हो जाएगा। गाइस टाटा बाय बाय चलिए बोर हो गया मैं
But it's too late now. I remember you and me, and how careless we could be.
All day and all night, we'd stay up, it felt so right. We were so young, we were so dumb. We would get drunk and then hook up. We were okay, we were alright, staying awake till the sunrise. We were in love, couldn't stop us, like a good drug, never enough.
We hook up in my car, driving so far, play your guitar, you'd show me your art, let down our guards, think with our hearts, stare at the stars, we were never apart, drinking too young, way too much fun, out in the sun, hoping when it's gone, took you to prom, dance to our song, dance all night long till the lights come on.